welcome to the Calm Your Grits podcast. I'm your host, Joey Allen. I'm just your average stay-at-home mom, homeschool mom, and wifey who loves all things sparkly and anything DIY. From party planning to interior design, basically just a crazy pictures mom. I'm a self-proclaimed expert at nothing other than hanging on by a thread. I am living my best life during what I could only describe as my midlife crisis. This podcast is about nothing and everything. So whether you're here because you can relate or for some comic relief, my hope is that you'll walk away learning something new, or at least feel a little less weird about the voices in your head and the decisions you've made in your life. Okay, so clearly your experience shows the importance of advocating for yourself, not just during pregnancy, but just like in general.
In life, yes. In life.
Speak up. So I would love for you to share what work you've done and kind of how you've jumped into advocating for maternal health and women empowerment, which I know is your platform.
Absolutely. So, after I went through these experiences from infertility to pregnancy loss to severe postpartum preeclampsia where my symptoms were dismissed or ignored, I said, I have to do something. So I actually started sharing my story on social media right after this kind of all happened. I've attended conferences where they talk about maternal health, and my story has been on display there to share with other providers as well as other moms. I've attended walks to bring awareness to the critical issue of maternal health because a lot of people don't know, but the United States, moms are 3 times more likely to die during pregnancy and childbirth than any other developed country. That is a problem. So I'm like, I have to do something about this because I could have been a part of that statistic. So yeah. And I've joined organizations like Mom Congress, in which they help advocate for different policy changes for moms and families. They go to Capitol Hill to talk with policy stakeholders. So it's very important to me, and I hope to continue to do the work.
You're doing the work. You even put some high heels on and strutted your stuff on stage for the cause. I feel you.
Yes.
I do the same. And look at us now.
Look at us now, girlfriend.
Right? So is this what kind of prompted you to get into the pageant world?
So this prompted me to get into the pageant. I was like, what better way to share my story, my platform, and to bring awareness to this issue? Join a pageant. I can meet a bunch of different women, share my story with the judges, and be myself, and also can dress up and get out of scrubs for a minute.
And it's okay to have that be, a little bit of the motivation.
And absolutely. So yes, I decided to join the Mrs. North Carolina, Mrs. South Carolina America pageant.
So same. It's a driving force for me to do the pageant where we met. And just to clarify, it's a North and South Carolina pageant, but so it's one pageant night, but they actually crown 6 queens that night. So there's Mrs. South Carolina, North Carolina, American, and then Miss South Carolina for
America Strong.
Yes. Okay. Right. And so they're actually about to go to Vegas right now. And so you were there when we met up with them and saw them and heard all about it. And it was, I'm so proud of them.
I'm jealous, but I'm proud.
It's okay. We get a whole extra year to prep.
Yes. But I'm so proud of them. They are some wonderful girls.
They really are. Okay. Well, all right. So about the pageant, expectations versus reality. Like, what did you expect going into it? Were you right? Like, was any of that like cool? Like, what got you in there? And then like versus what your experience actually was like?
Yeah, I think it met my expectations because I've done pageants before in high school, and when I was in my early 20s, I did the Miss South Carolina USA pageant.
Okay.
However, I went, so, but I went in with the expectation of, I could possibly win this crown like I've done pageants before. But reality is only one woman can take home this crown, Afton. But it's so much more to the pageant than just the crown because look at us now. Like we're expanding our platforms. I want to do more. Like I want to empower women more. So yeah,
So
that was.
what didn't you expect that you got?
Uh, so I actually made top six, which it was like I said, so many amazing, beautiful women. I didn't expect top six. I didn't expect fifth runner
Oh, I
up,
saw it. I
but
saw
here
it.
I am.
I know. I remember that
Yes.
you're like, ah, she did it. Like so happy. But it's also, it's like, oh my gosh. And this is the part is like, it's so bittersweet because like while you're cheering
Mhm.
for one, you're like, oh, she did it. And you look at
Yes.
all your other friends and you're just like, why
And
can't we all get a crown? But
yes.
I'm one of those like, everyone gets a trophy kind of thing. It is a competition,
It's a competition.
but that doesn't mean that there's like any ill will or anything like that. Like it literally is like
Right.
you get to be a part of so many women's journeys and we're still rooting for them like that's the thing is like and
Yes.
I even went back and like looked through the pictures like I'm in the back and my face is just like this big smile. I'm like so happy.
Excited. Yes. Like so happy for like, oh
Yeah,
my God. Like I was so excited for all the winners. Like, girl.
yeah, it is, it's cool. And then the fact that they keep coming back, I feel like that says a lot. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
For South Carolina, Ashley, I think this was her second time. And then
Oh,
hearing her
really?
story of why, yeah, of like why she came back and all of that.
Mhm.
Like it was like we connected on a really cool level because she was like the first time around, and maybe it was like the second time around, but she was like how she just followed all the things of like wear the white dress, wore her hair
Mm.
down. Like she didn't feel like she was just listening and didn't really show herself. And so like hearing
Mhm.
that and then seeing her win, like gosh, I mean, I was
God,
back
that's
there like
amazing.
like
Okay.
so excited. Yeah, same thing with Felicia.
Yes.
Like it was
Mhm.
her second or third time. Danielle, I
Yeah,
think
and
Danielle
Danielle too. Like, yeah, that's
yeah,
like motivation. Like, yeah,
right.
they're so resilient.
Yes.
And I got to know Maddie too on a personal level. I told her she was my brain because we were literally right by each other in
Oh,
the pageant. Such a cool soul. Like, yeah, I know.
isn't she? So Madeline. Okay, yeah. No, so she was her and Miss North Carolina for America Strong. I think this was the
Mhm.
first pageant that they did and won. But at the same time, it's
Mhm.
like, yeah, this may have been their first pageant, but they were born for this. I mean,
They
like
were born. Yes,
it,
it's such natural.
it, it is, and it's like, all right, okay, like you never know. You never know when it's your
Yes.
time, you know. And when you
Yes.
set out to do this, you don't know if it's just for you personally to just help
Mhm.
you get out of a funk. And I say that because, like, for me, it actually was even getting to the stage, it helped me so much on a personal level of just believing in myself and getting out there and doing the
Mhm.
things. And so I do question sometimes if it's like, okay, that's all it was for. Not at this point. I'm
Mhm.
going back. I'm getting a crown. I'm going to
Yeah.
Vegas.
You're
Um,
going back, girl.
but I mean, like it's fun. And then the sisterhood. The sisterhood.
Mhm. Yes.
So who are your pageant besties? Let's see if they listen to the
So,
podcast. They'll be like, I can't
see if
believe
they
you
listen
forgot
to.
my name. You'll be like, hold on, let me get all the participants. How do you leave anyone out? No. I'm just
Oh
gonna
my
highlight
God.
like connections.
Yeah. So again, I met so many amazing women. I know me and Dr. D Nice and Sarah and Angie we would have like a little group text up until through the pageant, and even checking in kind of after the pageant as well. And then again, like pageant weekend and day, Maddie was like, my girl. Like we were pushing each other through practice and even like through the competition. Like, you got this, you got this. And then even, getting to know you more, like Joey, like, yeah.
Thank
And
you for letting me
connecting on our
share.
stories. Like, you're just
Yeah.
amazing. So,
It's cool. And I'm so glad I got to know you. And it was like I feel like I think it
yes.
was like the second or third time but because I saw your story and then I was like, I need
Hmm.
to make a point to go find her. And then I remember, at least this is the first time I remember talking to you. It was like we were in the bathroom and I'm washing my hands and you come out of the bathroom. I was like, girl, I didn't even get a chance to talk to you. And as I'm saying, I was like, she don't even know who I am. I was just like, but like I felt like I knew you at this point, because
Oh,
like I had
yeah.
read and I was like, and you're like, oh yeah, hi, nice to meet you. I was like, oh,
Yes.
that-
And then you see everybody from social media and, get to know
yeah.
their stories through social
Hmm.
media. But yes, awesome meeting people in person and get to know their stories. But
It's so
that's one of the
fun.
beautiful experiences of being a pageant
Yes.
woman.
And we had the same coaches, not just
Yes.
English, but also
Mhm.
our interview coach, Ashley.
Yes, Ashley.
Yeah, I love
Yes.
her. She's
Yes,
awesome.
it was a great experience. And
Hmm.
English, oh my God.
Rose
She got,
girl for
although,
life.
right, for life. So, I only had 2 sessions with her, but she took my heart right away. Like,
Oh
so
yeah,
uplifting and encouraging. Oh,
awesome. I love
yes.
her. I tracked her down. So we just did an
You
event.
tracked her down.
No, girl, I don't think I've told you this. So we just did an event. We did a fashion show. It was at her church, and being my coach, my friend, the things she knows, like where I needed work and all of that. And she was there. She saw my onstage question. So she's like, all right, we're going to work on, speaking in public, all the things. So she drags me to, not drags me, I went willingly to this fashion show. And
I saw
it was,
y'all look beautiful.
thanks. It was so fun. But she goes, okay, so it's a fashion show, and then we're going to sit on stage. And I feel like I was like,
What did you say?
it's like, did you say we have to like talk? And she's like, yeah. She's like, oh, no big deal. She was like, just share whatever's on your heart. I was like, okay. She puts me last with the microphone on purpose, her thinking that this was going to help me. Um, so the fashion show, the walking out, that was
Yeah.
bad, whatever. And then
Mhm.
I'm sitting here, and I'm sitting next to the designer. She shares her story first, and it's this like you have to go and like read about her story, and then the microphone starts over there, and then works
Uh-huh.
its way down to me, and so Bristol, like her story, amazing. Um, who was writing Madeline? Then
Oh.
oh my gosh, Kim blew me away. We had to take our sash and crowns.
Mhm.
She forgets her sash and crown, and she starts talking about that and starts talking about like the things in her head and how she's like, I'm the only one here without a sash and crown because I forgot it, and that I felt like, like I was questioning myself, like, do I even belong here? I'm just, am
Wow.
I a queen? Am I this? Am I like? I can't remember what she said. She would say it so much better, but like I was like, oh my god, like she spoke so beautifully, like what she said was so real. And gosh, I didn't cry because I
Wow.
was too nervous to cry, but then Sean and then Jacqueline, and then Jacqueline gives Kim her crown. So
Oh
it's,
my
I mean,
gosh. Oh.
when I say this was like
Wow.
emotional and amazing, and and I saw that
Wow.
microphone getting closer and closer and closer. So the whole point was like to share our platforms and our whatever's on our hearts. And I was
Uh-huh.
like, what? Okay, God, come on, what's on my heart? What's on my heart? And I just straight up called English out about how like I tracked her down and how I should be in the FBI. Girl, I mean, everyone said it was
Listen.
good. I blacked out.
Like, what did I say?
No, literally, it was like, okay, so I'm giving them my back. But I don't know. Nobody recorded it, but they all swear that it was from the heart. And I feel like,
Oh.
from what I remember, it was the whole point of it was like, check your heart. Like
Speak
you
from
say
your
you're
heart.
doing the
Mhm.
things that you feel called to, but are you doing them for the right
Mhm.
reasons? Like,
That
and
part.
Yeah. So, I mean, I feel like what I said was good, but I definitely called English out on her tricking me to be up there and how she ignored my DMs and I showed up at that one
Mm,
Veronica
I was like, "You're
Beard
English."
event. I was like, "Hi, so you're English." I've told you the story before. Like, and so everyone was laughing, and the pictures that we got, I'm like cracking up the whole time, and they're all laughing. So it was fine, but that's English for you.
Uh,
She will put you, she will make you uncomfortable just to get
okay.
you comfortable.
She
Like,
and get you where you need to be. She will
mhm,
do that. That's what I
no
love about
mercy,
her. Yes.
no mercy,
Hmm.
no mercy. So,
Need
what
those
was your
friends
most
in your life. Okay.
Yes, please. All of them. If I
Yes.
could, yes.
Thank you.
Like
Hmm.
she is amazing. I love her so much. Okay, so what was your most memorable moment during the pageant weekend, or pageant?
That is a great question. My most memorable moments is again getting to know these amazing women and their beautiful stories and how they are so resilient from what they have overcame. And again, not being able to take home the crown, but knowing that I still have so much work to do, like feeling more empowered.
I love that. Yeah,
Thank
it's true.
you.
It lights a little fire, a
Yes,
healthy fire, a healthy fire. For anyone
yes.
wondering. Um, okay, so on that note, what are you working on, Mrs. Greater Charlotte?
Yeah, so I'm actually going to be a part of the Promise Walk. It's through the Preeclampsia Foundation. It's going to be in Raleigh, North Carolina, September 14th to bring awareness to preeclampsia and to raise funds for more research on preeclampsia. I'm also planning a postpartum kit making party, which will be around Thanksgiving time. So that's going to be like our give back, Friendsgiving, but giving back
Oh, I love
to the
that.
community. Yes. So, putting together products like hygiene products, diapers, wipes, any necessities that new moms may need in that critical period. Not stressed about kind of what to do. And also providing like educational resources and mental health support resources as well in those kits.
I love that.
Yes, and me and my husband, our goal is to expand like Moms Are Worthy, creating that into like a nonprofit organization for moms and families who have limited resources, connecting them with healthcare services, connecting them again with mental health support, and also providing like postpartum kits and just educating the community on the importance of maternal health risk and warnings after pregnancy as well.
I love that because there's
Thank
so many things
you.
that they just don't tell you to look out
Yes,
for.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay. I love that. Okay. So, how can people connect with you and follow along with your journey and root for you, Mrs. North Carolina 2025? We're
Yes,
gonna put
let's
that
claim that.
on our mirrors, right? Well,
Yes, I'm
Miss
gonna put
South
that on my
Carolina.
mirror. Yes, Mrs. South Carolina, Mrs. North Carolina. Let's
But
manifest that.
we're gonna go back to this and be like, what? Here we are, Vegas.
Yes, with our crowns on and our sash.
Why not?
Yeah, so people people can connect with me on Instagram, AftanG_NP. You can also add me on Facebook, Aftan Garrett, Garrett.
Okay, I will tag that on the episode description. So, Afton, what message would you like to share with our listeners? You never know if there's a mom that's going through the same
Mhm.
things. So, what message do you have for us?
Yeah. I would say for moms facing infertility or pregnancy loss, stay hopeful, stay encouraged, journal and seek therapy if you need to. Lean on your support system. And if you don't want to talk about it or share what you're going through with those around you, don't have to. But know that you're not alone. Unfortunately, infertility is the worst, but the best group to be in because there's so many women or families who are going through it. And also, for any woman who does want to do pageants, go for it. Do it. Like, I went back and forth 1,000 times about whether or not I was going to do it this time. And my husband was like, why wouldn't you do it?
Oh,
Do it. Share your story. You don't know how many other women you can empower.
gives me chills. Absolutely. Yeah, you
Yes.
never know. That's the thing is like in the moment because I've tried to be like, okay, so like in the moment, who was I listening to? Who was I watching? Who was and like I
Mm-hmm.
guess I can't. I mean, there were people that I remember and that gave me hope, but you
Mhm.
just never know. And if
You
you
never
have,
know.
like, again, if you have fun doing it,
Mhm.
why not? And
Do
it,
it. Don't
it
think. Don't go into it thinking with the I got to get this crown. Get this crown. Go in it being yourself and have fun.
yes. Yeah, because if you walk away trying to be someone else, you will regret
Mhm.
it. Just
Yes.
be yourself. And that's the one thing I can say is like that was Joey, all of Joey and some extra Joey on the side.
And we
Like I
love
was
all
back
of
there.
Joey.
So clearly that was not the problem. It wasn't that. It was my interview and the question. Oh my God,
did you did you get your feedback? What did they say?
confidence during interview. So I actually got like really good
Mm,
feedback for my stage presence. A couple
mhm,
of them said it was their favorite dress and
mhm.
all the things, but it was basically anytime I opened my mouth. So it's like sit there and look pretty. Don't talk. I joke about it, but
Yeah.
I mean, I do get it. To be completely honest, I was there. I was like making sure I was myself. I wore a necklace with my bathing suit, and I know that's like a big no
Mhm.
no in pageant land. And I was like, I'm going to be myself. But at some point, I got thrown off of my game when I started comparing. I think it was during rehearsals when I want to say evening gown when they start talking about
Mm,
your greatest accomplishments. And it's almost like I could do a movie scene with this because it's like I can remember exactly when I turned and it was just the wrong.
mm,
It was like, oh, so and so, doctor, lawyer, author, this and
mm.
that, and like all these titles. And I remember because I caught it. I caught it. And I was like, my greatest accomplishment that they read on stage was being a mom. And I was like, I'm just a mom.
Right. And you
And
are more than a mom, and being a mom is the world's.
don't I know it, but I can tell you that somehow it wasn't, first of all, timing. It wasn't my time.
Mhm.
And that's okay.
Mhm.
But I do know that it's what I need to work on, and hence
Yeah.
why I was like, I remember laying on my couch when we got back, and I had so much fun. I'm so proud of the winners,
Mhm.
all the things, and I think I've actually said this
Right.
before, but I was like laying on the couch, and I was like, I'm gonna start a podcast. Like
Yeah.
I'm gonna purposely listen to the sound of my voice
Okay. And look at
and
you
put
now.
myself out there.
This
This may not go
girl.
anywhere, but at this point, as of today, I've
It's fine.
posted 6 episodes,
You are
and
doing it.
and and it is what it is. But it was my
Mhm.
way of being like, I am going to work on this stuff and just work on my confidence and all the
Right.
things. And it was me, it was myself. So I was like, I really need to dig into this. What makes me feel like I'm, just all the things. So, what was your feedback? Now I'm curious.
Yeah. So mine was, which I was a little, but it's like my stage. I got like knocked off 2 points for like on stage something. They said I had hair in my eye. I didn't wipe away. I don't know if that got me points, like, but they said that.
Really?
Yeah, it said, and something with like being like having more confidence in the evening gown, but they loved my dress. I said, well, that may be true because I felt like I probably was gonna trip. I didn't want to fall.
Oh, no one wants to fall. I blacked out. Blacked out. Your
But
on stage answer was good. And
girl,
if
I had to
anything,
pray to God for that one. I was like, God, guide my words because I don't know. And these questions they're asking, I don't know.
what did you get asked again?
If I could be something every day, what would it be?
What did you say?
Or something like that. And I said, I would be a beauty queen every day because
Oh,
I could
that
wear my
joy.
crown. But
Okay.
some of those questions I was like, oh my God, I wouldn't know how to answer.
Like
Like
this.
all of y'all, like, what was your question? I was like,
Oh my gosh.
do
Mine
you
was
remember?
me? Do I remember?
Yeah.
Do I remember? It
Do I
plays in
remember?
my. Oh my God. It wasn't the question. I'm the problem. I'm the problem. It's
She's
me.
like, I'm the problem.
It's me. Yeah, it was like, well, what do I think is one of the biggest challenges for women in South Carolina?
Oh.
So apparently my answer was, let's put our shoulders next to the ears and squeeze and just say box 7 times. It's bad. No, I mean, honestly, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was, but it wasn't good. Yeah. I think I said self-doubt. Something about, we just need to believe in ourselves and quit trying to fit in a box. Something about a
I
box.
mean,
'Cause there's a
listen,
perfect
you
box.
answered the question.
Girl, but again, it was like, nope, yep. Before I even got the feedback, I was like, no, I know exactly where this is going. Yep. And so, that outside of where they did the interviews,
Mhm.
there was a chair. I called it the hot the hot box. I don't know why, but it was like because there were
Right.
5
We had
judges and they were
right.
listed
So
at a
you want
time,
mhm.
and you sit outside for 5 minutes.
30 minutes. Yeah, 5 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like 5 minutes, like each person, while the other one. So
Right.
I sat down with the last judge, and then I got put in the hot box. And by the time I came in, I was like, nope, no, it's not gonna work, because it's like all the adrenaline or
Uh-huh.
anything decent that I
It
could have
had
put together was gone. It was
so
left a mess.
mhm.
Yeah,
I know.
but
I was like, I wish we didn't have to sit that part because I'm like, whew.
especially like halfway through. So at
Yes.
what point did you go into the hot box?
I think after the second judge. So I was
Okay,
like,
so
and I have 3 more to go.
yeah, but isn't it like it's that moment you sit down and you just
Mhm.
think your thoughts and you hear your thoughts and then you're like,
Yes.
okay, come on in. I was like, yeah. No, I mean,
Right.
I remember everything after that, like it was a reality show. I said so
Yeah.
much dumb.
Me, I was like, oh Lord, why did I say that? I mean, Felicia, I stumbled over one question. I was like, and I know the answer. I knew the answer, but I don't know why I was stumbling
Yeah.
over it. It was like, what has been your greatest adversity? And I'm stumbling over that. I was like, asking, like, what?
What did you say?
I said, working in healthcare as a woman. Like,
Fun. Oh,
yeah.
I gotta ask, what? So, what do you do for fun? I was like, how do I not answer drink with
So,
my friends? So I'm like, we hang
so
out.
I do, yeah. I
And
hang
they're
out
like,
with
oh,
my friends
but
and
what do
they
you do? I was like, if there's like a birthday or like a game on,
I
because
socialize. I mean, that's fun to me.
right, but like
Having
it
a
was like
glass
I
of
was trying
wine.
to avoid being like, yeah, and there's
Right.
alcohol involved, because I'm like
The
trying to be like this like super
30th. Girl.
wholesome. And
Right.
oh yeah, I know.
But
Anyway, so thank you so much, Afton, for coming on the show and
of
telling
course.
us about your journey, about your platform, your experience. It has been so fun to just catch up with you on camera, talk about,
Yes.
the fun pageant things, the not so fun things that maybe led us to the
Mhm.
pageant. But thank you so much
You're,
for
you're
getting on this
welcome.
podcast. Oh my goodness. I hope y'all enjoyed this episode as much as we did. To get real-time updates on the work we're both doing and see how the 2025 pageant goes, don't forget to follow and connect with us on social media. I've put the links to our profiles down in the description for you. From the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for tuning in to season 1. It has been a roller coaster of emotions, but I did it. Woohoo! I did it. I'm so excited for season 2. I'll be shifting some things around, but the essence of the podcast will be the same. It'll it'll still be the blind leading the blind and full of Joeiness. I'll be sharing all kinds of fun DIY stuff behind the scenes, just all the things that I'm like just dying to share with the world. Because the one thing I can say I've learned through this is that we all need to see the value of fun as adults. Until next time, don't forget to keep those grits calm. Bye.